Paul.
Well, thank you for having my call. And first of all, I just have to say, I hope everyone in the country hears this. I'm a registered Democrat. I looked at both primaries. I heard Ron Paul, and I was like, this guy makes more sense than anyone I know of. I'm calling because of Unity 08. I don't know if you're aware of it, but it's an online presidential primary. It's actually the idea is a group of us are trying to transcend the Democrat and Republican politics and get a ticket that has both a Democrat and a Republican on it. And delegates can vote online. And I'm wondering if Ron Paul, should he be elected in this, would he be willing to serve as like a co-president with a Democrat, maybe with Dennis Kucinich?
Ron Paul, do you fit with a Democrat, any Democrat?
Well, I'm not thinking along those lines. I have enough on my plate right now. But like I said earlier, Dennis and I get along real well, and we actually can discuss economic issues, although we have disagreements. And I back off, from saying we have to close down everything overnight. There's a lot of transition, a lot of ways you can come together if we can get this budget under control and get the war ended.
But you've been so critical of the GOP. Are you less critical of the Democrats?
No, not really. I criticize policy, and I think the policies are designed by both parties. So yes, I'm probably as critical of both because policies never change. Big government rolls along. They have no concern about the Constitution. They both go to war without declaration. They both have endorsed preemptive war. They don't care about deficits. They don't care about, well, if you come up short money, just print the money, which is so damaging to the poor people. And people have to understand the monetary issue. If they care about the poor and they care about unemployment and if they care about inflation, they have to look at the Federal Reserve System and this absurdity that if you need money, you print it. I mean, that's called counterfeit if you do it privately. And when government does it, they call it good economic policy.
Let's go to, if we can, Baber City, North Carolina. We've got a truck driver calling in right there, LJ. LJ, are you there, my friend?
Yes. How you doing?
Good. What do you know? What do you ask?
Well, I'm asking real quick is why would he want to get rid of a Department of Education? You know, that's my point. And another point is the welfare system. It's not like it used to be. It's where it's supposed to be at now. It was meant to be temporary. And if you eliminate it all together, I mean, you know, like the Bible says, the poor will always be with us. I mean, you can't make everybody rich.
But do you think we need some welfare system, LJ, or not?
Well, I think we need it, you know, to help people get back on their feet. Yes, but not just to eliminate it. That's what I'm saying.
Ron Paul, what do you say? LJ sounds concerned about your readiness to get the knife out on both of these.
Well, and he also makes the point temporary. He's arguing the case of a very, very conservative approach to it, which is my argument right now for a transition. That certainly would be the approach. The problem is, though, that young people who are going to work now, into the workforce now, are going to be obligated to come up with $70 trillion worth of wealth to subsidize those who are in retirement years and for their medical care, and we don't have the money. So it's coming to an end. So even if you don't accept my ideas of the limitation of government power, it will be limited, and something's going to happen. It'll happen like what happened with the Soviets. The system collapses, and like I said earlier, the empires of previous great countries and great nations always ends because they can't afford it and they spread themselves too thin, and that's going to happen. And I'm trying to avoid that, but. You know, I make the point that doesn't mean that you strike out and go after the weakest. I'm striking out against war, the military-industrial complex, the corporatism that exists, a money system that hurts the poor, and a tax system that is abusive to our liberties. I mean, this is a practical approach, but it's philosophic as well. It's a vote for the Constitution, it's a vote for liberty, and it's a vote to get the government out of our bedrooms, out of our wallets, off our backs, and out of the foreign countries.
Congressman, the odds of you winning the GOP nomination appear essentially nil. So what will bring you satisfaction at the end of this process if it doesn't turn out to be that nomination?
Well, we don't know. There were other candidates that had exactly the same percentage that I have at this time.
Anything could happen, but okay. But shy of that, what would bring you satisfaction?
Well, what satisfies me is if I'm well informed and I study well and that I can formulate the opinions, that I can defend liberty properly, and I make progress. Quite frankly, I'm pretty critical of myself and my ability to do this, but I have no doubts whatsoever how valuable the cause of liberty is and what we were granted through our Constitution and our traditions. It was the best ever, and we're losing it. If one can say that I've contributed to slowing it up or reversing the trend, I think there's a new paradigm being formed. I think this younger generation have had it. They know what they're getting. They don't like the war, and they don't like the debt, and they don't like their obligation. So who knows what might come of this. But I tend to be an optimist long term. I think our traditions have been great, except right now I think we're facing some serious problems. If we don't change them, these problems are going to get much, much worse. And to have a collision economically is much worse than dealing with the problems as I suggest.